Welcome back to the third episode of In the Know with the TPO. Thank you for joining us. This is where we keep you in the know with the TPO. And today, we are talking to experts from Miami-Dade County Department of Transportation and Public Works. They will be reporting on 4 different projects that will impact our communities across the county. Hello, everyone. I'm Chris Rosenberg, TPO Chief of Transportation Planning.
And I'm Fran Taylor. I'm the TPO Program Development Manager. We're so glad to see you all once again, where we keep you in the know with the TPO. And during our newscast, we will be focusing on the federally required Transportation Improvement Program, known as the TIP, which is a 5-year program of transportation projects that is updated annually.
That's right, Fran. And this year, the TIP features projects that will advance between fiscal years 2026 and 2030. So today, DTPW will be showing us what projects they are currently working on with real-time updates. This gives Miami-Dade residents the chance to review the TIP document with their comments during the 45-day public review period.
But don't worry, we will continue to remind you throughout the show on how you can participate and submit your comments.
And with that said, let's get started with DTPW. Our first correspondent is Bassam Mubayed. Bassam, what can you tell us about the South Dade Bus Rapid Transit Corridor project?
Hi, Chris and Fran. You may be asking what exactly is the Bus Rapid Transit, also known as the BRT. Well, imagine a rail-like rapid electric bus service along a 20-mile corridor. Miami-Dade's first bus rapid transit system will offer a fast, reliable, and modern transit option along the 20 miles South Dade Transitway. From Dadeland South Metrorail Station to Southwest 344th Street Park and Ride, running parallel to US 1, serving some of the fastest growing communities in our area, such as Pinecrest, Palmetto Bay, Cutler Bay, Homestead, and the Florida City areas. It sets a new efficiency standard for public transportation and is a viable solution for future transportation demands. Now, you might be wondering, what's the difference between the existing local service and this new BRT system? A key difference is transit signal preemption. Preemption gives priority to transit vehicles at intersections, improving bus travel times. Buses communicate with traffic signals as they approach, gate arms come down to stop vehicular traffic, and the buses get the green light quicker, usually without stopping. Currently, there are 46 intersections along the 20-mile corridor, and because the system is currently being tested, delays may happen due to the deployment of a new signal and safety equipment like warning lights and gate arms. But don't worry, signage will be posted along the corridor to increase awareness of the signal timing changes. The brand new 14 BRT roof structure stations will offer an array of amenities to improve the rider's experience, including real-time arrival displays, air-conditioned waiting areas, free Wi-Fi, improved lighting, enhanced security, and pre-boarding fare collection. The new Flyer 60-foot electric buses will provide a safer, greener commute with all-door boarding to speed up stops, dedicated handicap seating area, 2 bike racks inside the bus, and charging stations under the seats. Cyclists also have the option of securing bikes at the BRT stations. Local bus service will continue to operate along the transitway, stopping at all 30 bus stops, including the new 14 BRT stations, where riders can transfer to the faster Metro Express service. So, what can drivers expect when the BRT is operational? North and southbound US 1 routes will have longer green lights. Minor delays may occur for cross-street traffic at intersections due to the signal prioritization for the BRT dedicated lanes. Gate arms will descend as a physical barrier and visual signal to alert drivers and pedestrians of an approaching bus. In addition, officers will be in the area to make sure all unauthorized vehicles do not drive on the transitway. There is also a new park and ride facility at Southwest 168th Street that offers 645 parking spaces, bike storage, EV charging, public restrooms, and direct BRT station access. The BRT is a cost-effective alternative to expanding the Metro Rail, saving Miami-Dade County millions of dollars while delivering similar benefits. With construction 92% complete and is set to launch this summer. So there you have it, a comprehensive update on the South-Dade Transitway project. Back to you guys in the studio.
Very informative, Bassam. We now know just how this will improve safety in that area. Thank you.
And now that we're in the know, we want to give our viewers the opportunity to participate. So make sure you send your comments to information@mdtpo.org.
Next, we're getting an update on the Venetian Causeway Bridge Replacement Project. We know the county, the Florida Department of Transportation, and other agencies are working together to replace 11 bridges, including the easternmost movable bridge along the causeway. Correspondent Gabriel Delgado joins us now. So, Gabriel, when can we expect construction to start?
Good morning, Chris. The construction is currently estimated to start spring of 2028. However, there are still a few milestones to meet before we get there. I am reporting from the Venetian Causeway, located in Biscayne Bay between the cities of Miami and Miami Beach. It's another beautiful day in Miami. Behind me, you see the East Venetian Vascular Bridge, one of 11 bridges along the causeway proposed for replacement. I've had the privilege of managing the Venetian Causeway Bridge Replacement Project since FDOT completed the PD&E study in December of 2022. The Venetian Causeway has been a Miami staple since its completion in 1926. For nearly 100 years, the causeway has served generations of residents living within the causeway, the cities of Miami and Miami Beach, and tourists from around the world. The historic profile and railings of the causeway bridges have allowed for beautiful vistas in all directions. Today, you can see bicyclists and pedestrians traveling all along the 2.5-mile long causeway. But with increased population and tourism in Miami comes modern issues faced by many cities, such as increased safety concerns and the high cost of maintaining aging infrastructure. In recent years, the bridges have shown extensive deterioration due to their signature low profile near the aggressive marine environment and increased traffic demand from heavier vehicles. This has led to expensive repairs and intrusive traffic impacts during their repair operations. Because of these issues, engineering teams from FDOT and Miami-Dade have partnered to spearhead the PD&E study and final design for replacement of 11 of the 12 bridges along the causeway. The new bridges will be slightly taller by about 1 foot at the fixed spans and 2.8 feet at the Vascular Bridge when closed. Safety improvements to the bridges include a wider typical section, allowing 5-foot separated bike lanes and 9.5-foot sidewalks for safer bike and pedestrian access along the Venetian Islands. Additionally, resiliency measures are being implemented, such as rebuilding of the spoil islands between the main islands, reinforcing the bridge approaches, and deep foundations under the bridges to protect against storm surge and sea level rise. The design phase of the project is approaching 90% completion. Once the design phase is complete, it will be followed by procurement phase and then to construction. Construction is estimated to begin spring of 2028, depending on regulatory permits, utility relocations, and funding. The estimated construction timeline is approximately 4 years. Back to you at the studio.
Awesome, Gabriel. We know once the project is complete, this will make the Venetian Causeway a safer corridor for all.
Which is why we want to hear from our viewers. You can send your comments on the TIP to information@mdtpo.org. And now let's talk about the Rickenbacker Causeway. Correspondent Mark Brown will be giving us those updates. And Mark, we hear that DTPW is developing a master plan that will provide a holistic planning framework for the causeway.
Good morning. Yes, you're correct. The Rickenbacker Causeway is a critical link between Miami, Virginia Key, and Key Biscayne. The Rickenbacker Master Plan, which we've been developing, is a short, mid, and long-term plan to improve the Rickenbacker Causeway from I-95 to the Key Biscayne border. We've been developing short, mid, and long-term recommendations with the community. This has been a 2-year planning process involving the Village of Key Biscayne, the City of Miami, FDOT, and other multiple planning partners. We've also held bi-monthly coordination meetings with our partners. The goal of the plan is to improve traffic during events, improve general traffic flow on the causeway, and improve safety for all modes of travel. Features of the plan include expanded shared use paths for biking and for walking, a new gantry area, separation of through traffic and local traffic on Virginia Key, and recommendations to improve event coordination and event traffic flow. Concepts are being developed and reviewed by our stakeholders with the goal of finalizing the plan in April. Back to you.
Great update, Mark. Thank you. And as a reminder, there's a 45-day review period for the TIP. So we will be looking for your comments on this and other projects. You can email those comments at information@mdtpo.org.
Thanks for that reminder, Chris. Now let's talk about connecting communities. The South Day Trail is getting major improvements. Irene Hagedis is giving us a preview on that project. And Irene, the trail travels through several commission districts, right?
Yes, Francesca. We will traveling through 3 commission districts, 7, 8, and 9, which are Commissioner Regalados, Commissioner Cohen-Higgins, and Commissioner Kuhn McGee. Let me introduce myself. My name is Irene Hagedis, and I'm reporting live. It's such a beautiful and chilly day outside and perfect to talk about this exciting project. Let me get right to it. There's so much to report and so little time. The South Day Trail is 22 miles long and extends from Dayland South Metro Rail Station to Florida City. It is located within the right-of-way of the South Day Transit Way. If you're familiar with the area, you know that there is an impact, and that's exactly what we will be enhancing. So let me describe the goals for the projects, which are critical. First and foremost, we want to increase safety. We have 47 intersections that will be receiving some sort of improvements, from new emphasis crossings to realignment of sidewalks, and some instances, the relocation of pedestrian push buttons that activate the crossing. We also want to improve mobility choices and enhance connectivity. We have 14 new bus rapid transit stations and many renovated bus stops. Also, we are providing additional connectivity points to adjacent neighborhoods. We want to enhance corridor identity by giving it a unique branding and enhance wayfinding. Lastly, we will be implementing sustainable design strategies, leading to a potential increase of about 48% in tree canopy, the incorporation of native landscaping, and careful evaluation of drainage. We all need to keep in mind that the South Day Trail is first and foremost a multimodal corridor that acts as the first and last mile connections to transit. Projects of this type and magnitude have the power of influencing economic community development by incorporating or working with transit-oriented development and enhancing the quality of life of Miami-Dade residents. In addition, the South Day Trail will provide connections to 7 trails already in place, which is amazing. Let me tell you a little bit about some of the technical aspects of the project. We're going to be widening and creating proper shoulders, incorporating lighting. For anybody that has traveled through there knows that there's no lighting, it's very dark. We're going to be enhancing drainage, enhancing the intersections, as I already mentioned before, creating additional connection points to neighboring communities. We will be adding 14 new connection points, and the landscaping will be focusing on trees to provide the much needed shades. We also have site furniture, which incorporates seating areas and hydration stations. We will have 2 typical conditions traveling around the 22-mile corridor. The first condition provides a landscape buffer between the transit way where the buses travel and the trail. The second condition, which happens at about 11% of the time, takes a portion of the bus shoulders and creates the required buffer, but we are still working in all of these details and conditions. In terms of signage and wayfinding, we are going to have what we call the gateway signage happening at the intersections and entry points, donor recognition, directional signage, and mile markers. The formal seating areas will be located at the entrance of the trail and then every 1,200 feet with hydration stations, incorporating water bottle fillers, 88 drinking fountains, and pebbles. The waste collection containers will be installed all along the trail. We also have the informal seating areas that are more natural in characteristics, and they will happen in between the formal seating areas. This is a very exciting project that is moving forward to the design phase, and very shortly we'll be seeking community input. Today, we have completed the planning report and 30% design, which has studied the trail alignment, access points, intersection improvements, lighting, configuration, and preliminary drainage requirements. So there you have it, an amazing project for the community, by the community, and I have the honor to be leading it. Now, back to you in the studio, Francesca.
We love the native landscaping. Glad to see how our pedestrians and bicyclists will benefit from this. Thank you, Irene.
And that's a wrap from our correspondents. We want to thank all of them for their excellent reports and to our viewers for tuning in. Don't forget that you can leave your comments on the TIP by emailing information@mdtpo.org. You can also find the TIP at www.miamidadetpo.org.
And if you happen to miss episode 1 and 2 of In the Know with the TPO, don't worry, we got you. Just go to Miami-Dade TPO's YouTube channel and catch up on all the TIP projects that were discussed.
And Fran, thank you for joining me at the desk for In the Know with the TPO. I can't wait to do this again next year.
Me too, Chris. I'm glad we got to learn and educate others about these projects making a difference in Miami-Dade. Until next time.
And remember to stay in the know with the TPO.
Have a great one.